What I've found from mental health first aid this week is this real sense of hope. So over the last 2 weeks, obviously we've been running courses with lots of people on site, but then they've been going and having conversations with their teams, which has been generating more interest in people coming to the course. That's kind of been the number one thing that happens. What I find is that fear is a big factor in stopping people from coming to mental health first aid. So having a series of courses run back to back really reduces that fear, and it starts getting people actually communicating and talking about what's going on in their lives. And the beauty of mental health first aid this week was that we had someone actually have to deal with someone in crisis that afternoon, and she come in the morning and her manager was on the course as well, and she called her out and said, hey, Donna was involved in a mental health first aid incident last night. And I said, oh, do you mind talking about it? And she's like, yeah, I had someone who's like, their brother's in ICU in South Africa, he can't get there, he was really distressed about it and was really struggling. And she's like, as I was going through mental health first aid, she's like, those 3 words, tell me more, it actually works. They'll just keep telling you more and more about what's going on for them, and you don't actually really need to do too much, and you can just see the relief coming over them as they're communicating. So that was like a beautiful gift. And she also said that, she's like, we practice, something we do in mental health first aid is we practice being direct around asking the question around suicide. So we just ask the question, are you thinking about yourself? Are you thinking about suicide? And then there's a bunch of questions that follow on from that. And she's like, because we practiced that during the day, I was able to ask him the question. And he answered no, which was fine. And then I just went back into algae and continued to have the conversation, which then rolled into a group of 8 of them eating dinner together that wouldn't normally eat dinner together. So they come together as a team. So it was this like real community sense that showed up because of people who had done mental health first aid training. And then something I do on day 2 is I do gratitude, but then I also ask who had a mental health conversation last night, and always someone will go, like there was a guy on course who was maybe 25, he rang his cousin. He goes, he's been going through some stuff and I didn't know how to communicate with him, but I was able to have a really good conversation with him last night about what's going on. So like that is just such a gift that's the gift of mental health first aid training for people who come along to the course.